I am very excited this morning because I have two guests in the studio, and we're going to talk about something that I've heard about for a little while, and I've wanted you all to come on the show for a while, and I'm so glad you're here. We have Adam Gullett and Justin Dungan, and they are with 1798 Magazine, and we're going to talk about what that is. And it's new to the community, and it is a magazine, first being distributed today, and we here at Somerset 106 have got our first copy, and I'm so looking forward to reading this. But before we talk about the magazine, I have to ask you all, Adam and Justin, are you Wildcat fans?
Absolutely.
So I assume you watched the game yesterday.
Yesterday was a good day.
It was a good day.
Yeah.
It was a very good day.
In fact, my kids were going nuts in the living room. It was
really?
awesome.
And you even have your little girl here with you this morning.
Family is right behind me, yeah.
Well, it was a great game yesterday, and everybody knows UK defeated Michigan 75-72. So, Final Four.
Absolutely.
Now, down to business this morning. Let's talk about this magazine called 1789. And Justin, we'll start with you because you're the editor. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And first of all, the title, 1798.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, we really wanted something that that kind of got to the roots of Somerset, and 1798 was the year that Somerset was settled, and so we thought, is there a better name than that? And so we haven't had to explain that. It's almost been assumed that was what that date meant, but where the mission of this magazine has really been about connecting the roots of our hometown. I just thought that was a great title.
And I know you are distributing this for the first time today. This is a very nice publication. We were smelling it earlier because it smells fresh. It smells newly printed. It's a very nice magazine. Adam, talk about the layout of the magazine and what people can expect to find inside.
Yeah, we really wanted to kind of focus on something a little bit different than you've seen around here. So we wanted to kind of capture some artistic kind of images and things like that, display kind of what our culture's like, and so people can relate and see us in a kind of a different way than what they normally have. Our community has a lot to offer, and we're not just some little small town in Kentucky. That we have a nice lake and we have an awesome culture that really needs to be, kind of seen. So we wanted to kind of show that in our pages.
I think when you flip through this magazine for the first time, and when people get their hands on this and go through it, it's all local. Every advertisement in here, every business listed in here, they're all local. It looks like all the articles are about people that are local. So how did you decide what to put into this first issue?
Yeah, really it just kind of came to us, to be honest with you. I wanted something that someone could just pick up and relate to right away. And, we have a great team with 1798, and it was fun to brainstorm some of the ideas for the stories. Everything is local, really, except one article called Road Trip, which is essentially if your family wanted to hop in the car, take a quick road trip, and
like a day trip,
or it could be overnight. But we focused on Berea this time, and kind of hit up the square there downtown, and that was really, really fun. So with the exception of that, you're right, everything is local.
Will this be a quarterly magazine? How often will this be printed?
It's going to be a seasonal one, so spring, summer, fall, and winter. So and our summer issue will be a lake issue as well.
Okay, and the issue that we have today is the spring issue. The first issue is the spring issue called 1798. This idea, I know you wanted to create a magazine that's all local, about local stories and local people, but where did the idea come from? How long have you all been working on this?
Yeah, well, over Christmas, I sat down and I was wanting to actually just create a blog around parenting, to be really honest with you. And so I sat down with my computer and wanted to document some of the steps that we're taking as parents. Parenting is about legacy, and so that's what kind of linked up. And so within about 30 minutes, I grabbed my notepad and had all the notes of what we wanted out of this magazine. And it was amazing to see it all come to something that you could tangibly hold,
Your labor of love.
Yeah,
literally.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, there's been a lot of, like I say in the editor's letter, there's been a lot of, sweat and tears that's went into this, and a lot of hard work from a lot of different people.
I noticed that the magazine is free, so you are not charging people for the magazine at all. Where can they get the magazine? Will you have these in certain places in town? How do they get a hold of it? How do people get a hold of it?
Right now, we're going to start distribution today and tomorrow, and we're going to shoot for maybe some of the doctors in town, professionals, attorneys, local boutiques, retail shops, things along those nature. So we're going to focus on visitor center places like that.
Yeah, what our goal would be is you go out, for the day, go shopping, go to eat, and you're going to see our magazine several times. And we understand that this is something that's going to have to grow and build up, but it's been amazing to see it received so well in Somerset, and there's a lot of excitement that's been around it. And we were just talking before we came on air about Facebook and how there's been so much buzz on Facebook about it, so we're excited. Yeah,
that's how I first heard about the magazine, and how I got connected to you all was through Facebook. So, and you do have a Facebook page, so tell everybody how they can find your Facebook page and like your Facebook page.
Well, simply go to Facebook and type in the top search 1798 magazine, and we'll come up. Click the like button.
You will. Talk about how important you think that reminding people through something like this, how important community is, and how to remember we need to stay local and be local whenever we can.
Well, I think at this time, we're constantly bombarded with all this, like, social media. We were just talking about that and all those type of things. Well, this is a good time for us to really kind of focus back into knowing your neighbor, connecting with the people on the street, and we're hoping that through these pages we can do that and make it a central location for people to come and, figure out what our culture is about and what we're trying to do.
Well, I look forward to people getting a copy of the magazine because it's nicely laid out, printed very nicely, smells wonderful. So I look forward to you all distributing this in the community later today. We're talking with Adam Gullett and Justin Dungan this morning with 1798, the new free community magazine for Somerset. And when we come back, they're going to tell us a little bit about what's inside this issue and what we can expect in issues to come. You're listening to Mid-Mornings with Amy, presented by the Mole Hole of Somerset. We are talking with Adam Gullett and Justin Dungan this morning on Mid-Mornings with Amy about something that they have worked on for quite some time called 1798. It's a new magazine for the city of Somerset, and I'm really looking forward to everybody getting their hands on this today because, Adam and Justin, you are distributing this for the first time to the community today. And when people get this issue later today, Adam, what are some things they will find inside?
Well, one of the things, we're going to have a field guide. And inside the field guide, we're going to have a spotlight on something that's going on in the area. So right now it's going to be the market on Main. And we'll also have a front porch chat. So that's going to be kind of a feature we're going to run. And so you'll also find Josh Anderson as the front porch chat that we had with him. So that's some of the articles that are in there.
Where did you come up with? How did you come up with what you wanted in this first issue? Because you wanted your first one, I'm sure, to be really strong and really good, as you want all of them to be. But people are seeing this issue for the first time. So how did you decide, Justin, what to put inside?
Again, it was a lot of brainstorming, and it was just like, I was talking earlier about how it all kind of, the idea of the magazine came to me just sitting on the couch that night over Christmas break. It really, everything just kind of came together. I mean, one of them, I got to admit, I'm kind of partial to the spring classic section of the spring one, just because those are all recipes that have to do with a strawberry ingredient and
strawberry freezer jam.
Yeah. Well, I come from a family that has a lot of great recipes, and so those are all family recipes that have been handed down from generations to generation. And so, and we even made the layout look as if it was taken out of a drawer in a kitchen and handed to you. So I got to say I'm kind of partial to that one, but yeah.
The photographs, not only the articles, but the photographs and the pictures that you have in this magazine are really top quality pictures. They look really, really nice. What about the staff? I know, Adam and Justin, you're the two taking the lead on putting the magazine together, but do you have other people who work with you and help you?
Absolutely. We have Robbie Atwood actually contributed a faith column. Forrest Coleman wrote an article for us. Jamie Aramini, which is over the market on Main, she contributed a couple articles. So there's a whole bunch of us that kind of got together to make this all happen.
Absolutely,
couldn't have happened without them.
Yeah, absolutely, and also Megan Lay is our fashion editor, kind of heads up the life and style section of the magazine. really cool section
I'm
there.
excited to read the fashion life
Yeah,
style.
yeah, absolutely. It's fun. It's fun.
You even have written an article in here, Justin, called "The History of the Southern Beard."
Mm-hmm.
Explain that just a little bit. We don't want to give it away. We want people to read the article, but where did this come from?
I don't know. We were just talking, before the break, and
You've even got a nice picture in here of the Southern beard.
I wish it was my beard. I can't grow
Several
one.
beards, actually.
Yeah. But no, I mean, we were just talking, but you look around and all these guys have beards, and I remember not long ago.
I'm the only person in this studio right now without a beard.
And my 5-year-old daughter.
Finley Sophia does not have a beard.
Yeah, we were talking about now it's considered acceptable. I mean, you can be a doctor and have this huge, beard, and so it's just we just wanted to document, what was some of the history behind the beard and how did it become so acceptable in our society today, and it's very interesting. I learned a lot. In particular, I learned a lot about Abraham Lincoln and kind of how politics have played into a beard. So
you rebels, you and your beard.
Yeah, that's right.
But you've got an article in here about the history of the Southern beard. You do have your day trip, your road trip, highlighting Berea, and then you've got recipes in here as well. How can people, if they have a story that they want to tell people in Somerset, if they want to be a part of this magazine, again, you've got local businesses who are advertising in here, how can they get in touch with you to be a part of a future issue of this magazine?
Yeah, if you want to do advertising, the best way to do is probably email me at adam@1798mag.com, or you can even call me on my cell phone, 606-219-5122. And as far as articles?
Yeah, absolutely. And we actually, in the magazine, we actually have an ad that says if you want to write for 1798, send us some copies of some work you've done. And my email is just same as Adam's, justin@1798mag.com. And then, again, we communicate a lot through our Facebook page, so I would try to point as many people back to that as possible. You could easily get in touch with any member of our team through our Facebook page.
We will put your email addresses on our Facebook page here at Somerset 106 in case anyone does want to get in touch with you. So people can write articles themselves, and, of course, they do have to be proofed by you to make sof they're appropriate for the magazine, but people can submit articles to you.
Absolutely. That's what we want. Yeah, we want this to be a community thing, something that Somerset, kind of rallies behind.
I love to write. I've never published anything, but how does it feel when you hold something in your hand, tangible, for the first time that you can look at and touch and feel and smell, knowing that you have been a part of this publication and putting it together? How does that feel?
Surreal. I mean, it's pretty cool, especially when you see an idea and all of a sudden you see it and you're actually holding it. It's cool.
Yeah, and if you think about a legacy is very humbling because it's something bigger than yourself. And so I really do believe that what we're putting together with 1798 magazine goes beyond what even me and Adam are doing, and it's going to carry on for generations to come. So
yeah,
we believe in it that much.
We're really hoping that people hold on to this, and it's a way to kind of capture a little bit of history and our legacy here in Somerset as we continue to write for this every quarter. The
magazine is 1798. It is the first of its kind. Would you say that we've never had something like this in Somerset before?
And no, that was the reason why we wanted to put it out, was because we believed in it, but also there was a huge market for it.
Absolutely.
You said the magazine will be seasonal, so roughly 4 publications a year is what you're expecting. How far in advance are you working? I know the summer issue you said will be coming out. Have you already started putting together some things for that?
We have, yeah. And so the summer issue will actually release a little earlier. It'll actually release June 1st. And so, like Adam mentioned before, we want to create a lot of buzz around that, simply because we're going to have an annual lake edition, and I would say 90% of the content for the summer issue is going to be lake related. So just not to give too much.
Very appropriate.
Yeah, exactly, for Lake Cumberland, and the fact that the water levels are rising this summer is going to be exciting. Absolutely, yeah. Not to give too much of it away, but we're going to be focused on one of our road trip themes is going to be one of the marinas around, and kind of what you could do on a road trip there. Very exciting.
You all do not have an office where you work on this magazine, is that right? You do all of the work from your personal homes.
Yep.
Do you envision in the future maybe having some sort of an office somewhere?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I drive downtown Somerset, and I can see us in one of those storefronts,
Very appropriate that
Absolutely.
you would be downtown Somerset, the big
Absolutely.
1798 building.
That's right.
Yeah, that'd be great. But there's also something really neat. I mean, you talk about creativity and working from your living room and really any location you want.
That's how it all starts.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's how it all starts. Well, Justin and Adam, I'll ask a question of both of you, and not to be partial to anything in this magazine, but what was one of the favorite pieces that is a part of this magazine? Justin, we'll start with you.
Well, like I mentioned before, it would have to be the Spring Classic that focuses on strawberry recipes. Not that I'm a big cook, but the fact that kind of our family name is on that. Just one quick memory, I remember my cousin Jordan, growing up, he would always come and visit. We'd be playing outside, and he would always raid our freezer with this strawberry jam. Like, he would take all of it, and I would always get so frustrated that, he was stealing all my strawberry jam. And so even on that recipe, you'll see on the very bottom, it kind of has written Jordan's favorite. And so little things like that I'm very partial to.
Well, now everybody can have your recipe for strawberry
Yeah,
jam.
well,
Nobody has
obviously
to
I've gotten over
strawberry
that.
jam.
Yeah, I've gotten over that since then. But
Adam, what about you? What's one of your favorite pieces?
I
of
really
this
like the legacy
first
part,
edition?
mainly because I really like the importance of what you're leaving behind as your legacy. And so the article, 5 Ways to Leave an Impactful Legacy by Forrest Coleman, really speaks to me a lot. I really enjoy that one.
We are talking this morning with Adam Gullett and Justin Dungan about 1798, the new local magazine that is free. It's a magazine about Somerset, for Somerset, and we look forward to many more issues to come. In Mornings with Amy, we'll be right back.